So, for those of you who are new here, my name is Yoni. I'm a life coach, helping people to remain calm in the storms of life. If you've noticed, we were just doing a meditation. We're going to start every day at 10 a.m. with a meditation. So, Ram Dass was from Boston, but Ram Dass went to India, met his guru named Curly Baba Maharaji. And Maharaji is my guru as well, named Curly Baba. We're building habits here by coming here every day. We're building habits with meditation now. Every single day, we're starting with a meditation now. We're building habits with some singing, some love, some presence. This is what I do. I'm a life coach. I help people to remain calm in the storms of life. This is what I do. That's why I'm on here too. That's your clue. This is what I do. This is my path through. I will be here every single day as long as I can. As long as I can, as long as I can. Things happen, things change. Right now, I'm able to do this every single day. Will things change? We'll see. Things will rearrange. Oftentimes, it's very strange, but it's so beautiful, right? It's so beautiful. That's what life is. That's when we build habits. But the whole point of building a habit, to understand, is so the day comes when you need to break that routine to cause a different kind of scene to live out your dream. But the whole point is create those routines, do them day in, day out, and then things happen. Magnificent things happen. It's not bad or good. I realized I had friends that were completely haphazard with their life, and I was jealous for a while of their life because they were so just like living life and like no sort of any routine, and they were just loving their life, and I didn't understand it. And then I was such a rigid person who was living so structured, and I was Orthodox Jewish. It's very like rule bound, like this is how you live life. And I didn't understand how to live haphazard, but the point wasn't to live like somebody else. It was to find what worked for me. And what worked for me was I like routines. Routines are really helpful for me, but then I had to learn to not be so controlling over the routines, just to be able to take the routines and create those habits, those positive habits like meditation, journaling, exercise, um, all these things. Reading was another one I took on, and starting to do these positive routines. And then you start to realize you don't need to do them for an hour each. You could do them for 5 minutes each to establish that baseline routine. So then you're just doing those things every single day. And if you do a little more, great. But then when your children need you or your partner needs you or you need to be, you're at work or whatever it is, you're able to say, oh, I can stop and do this thing for somebody else and not be caught in the routine. But it's seriously good to have those routines. As I was a therapist for 15 years, and that was a big thing I used to talk to people about, is creating routines. But I myself didn't have the baseline routines like I have now. These were established over the last 4 years. My exercise routine has been longer. That's about been 8, 9 years. I just made a post today that 20 minutes meditation is not going to work for people anymore. Even my 10-minute meditation I start with, it's not 10 minutes, about 7 minutes, seven and change minutes. That meditation we started with, it's still too much. 90 seconds right now, I think, is the way to go. I know you want to jump. I know a lot of people want to jump from 90 seconds to 3 minutes, from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Whatever you think your jump is to, go to do less. Do less than whatever you think you're going to be able to do. Start there and create that foundation. So if you think you could do 3 minutes, like start 90 seconds. If you think you could do 5 minutes, start at 3 minutes. I thought I could do 5 minutes. I started at 3. It doesn't matter what kind of shape. My guru is in a round shape, but he was very healthy. So what we talk about here is a lot of those things about presence and taking breaths and learning to develop foundational tools for ourselves to navigate this journey of life, to be able to a little bit enjoy this thing. There was a time in my life where I only could enjoy when I was out there running, and I didn't know how to just be, and I had to learn to be, to sit like a tree, to be free. Free is a weird thing. It's a weird thing to say to somebody when you feel free. Feel free, because it's all feeling. It's all feeling. I'm grateful to have a conversation and be open about these things. So here we go. I was a therapist for 15 years. I left therapy, and I took 2 years really spending time working on myself, spending time in nature, spending time all over. And then as I worked on myself through meditations, through journaling, through dancing, through spending time, a lot of time in nature, your life changes. And life coaching is not just what you do on a camera, not just what you do one-on-one with somebody. For me, life coaching is every single second of every single moment of every single part of my day, in a sense, because it's not really a role. It's just a life. You're living life. And by being that way, that is what you're trying to do, in a sense, become that version of the person you'd hope others can be the best version of yourself, and then others can see what it is to be. But there's always work to do. So I have to continue to work on myself day in and day out. I know people look at a screen, they see you, they see your haircuts, they see the way you dress. I'm wearing a shirt that says microdosing. I don't really know what's a life coach. Life coach is supposed to dress a certain way. I play in my way, you understand? But it's okay. I tell people to stay and I say, I play in my own way. And if it's okay for you, great. If not, you could pass on through. Otherwise, you can be here and maybe find a clue. Yoni means in Sanskrit, yes, womb. And Yonatan, my name comes from the word Yonatan, which means to give. Yonatan, a Hebrew word. I was born into the Jewish Orthodox world. I was a rabbi for a period of time, left that world, had a long beard, shaved head, side curls. So I dressed that way. You would have saw me as a rabbi, you would say, oh, rabbi, when a person looks a certain way, right? So sometimes we look at the cover and we judge it, of course, because that's it's easy to do that. Definitely did it to myself for many years. I used to be a judge of myself. And then I realized I like what I like, and that's the whole thing. You have to become your best version of yourself. You have to be who you're meant to be. That's it. That's the name of the game. And how could you do that? How do you know who you're meant to be? Lean inside to find out what that beautiful surprise is. Whatever energy comes through, understand. I've realized through meditations, through sitting still, I'm able to sit on the screen, understanding that I don't have to be mean, and I could cause a different kind of scene, so I can literally live out my dream. But at the same time, I understand that we're all just, human behind this beautiful costume and we do our best. But through that place inside of us projects outwardly what we're feeling. So even when we put words on a screen and literally when you put those words out, you're causing a certain vibration for yourself by doing that. But at the same time, I understand because where you're at is where you're at. And there's nothing I could do from where what you're seeing and what you're perceiving in somebody else. It's from your perception. That's why when one person is here, I always tell people if there's one person here, you are the world. So how you perceive the world's up to you. How you perceive someone else on a screen, that's an indication of where you're at. Because if you're seeing it in a mean place, what does that say about where you're at? It has nothing to do with the person on the other side. I knew that because I used to watch people on the screen all the time. I watch my favorite band. Looking at Dave Matthews, watching YouTube, and I could watch him on a screen. And I could say, Dave, oh, he moves so funny. He moves so weird. He makes funny faces and all these kind of things. And he's kind of different and he's kind of weird. Well, then I realized, holy crap, I am weird too. We're all weird. We're all different. We're supposed to be who we're supposed to be. That is the name of the game, to learn how to be.